Okay, well, hi everyone. My name's Fiona and I'm at one of the technology services training team, but I do most of my uni training here at the university, so you may have come across me before. I can see one familiar face there. Oh yes, they always come back. So what I want to show you today are two apps that you can use for eMarking with the iPad, and in fact I'm being very high-tech here because I'm doing this entire presentation on the iPad as well, and I'm using the Adapt Staff Desktop, which you may or may not have heard of, which allows you to display your desktop including your U drive on your iPad, and also gives you access to all of the apps that you have, such as Office 2013. So I'm running Office 2013 via Adapt on my iPad to show you this PowerPoint. She's really up there. Thank you, Bridget. Okay, so as I said, there are two apps that we've got so far, the Turnitin app and the BB Grader app. Now, I'm going to put a caveat, if you like, in front of the BB Grader app. We've been using the Turnitin app for quite some time now. We're fairly used to it. We know what its little quirks are. So far, the only major issue that we've found with the Turnitin app is that it sometimes has trouble downloading and syncing assignments for large classes. Now, BB Grader, on the other hand, is something that we have only just started playing with, and so it's fairly new. We're not actually officially supporting it yet. So I'm showing it to you today just so that you've got an idea of what it's actually possible to do with it. But if you're interested in finding out more, then talk to me afterwards. If you're interested in doing a bit of testing, we can certainly do that too. And this is something that my uni support are actually going to be testing over the next few months with a view to making it more widely known. So you see, you're my guinea pigs. Yes? I have a question. The Turnitin app is only available on iPad. What about BB Grader? As far as I'm aware, both of these apps at the moment. Yeah, I know, I'm a hardcore Android user myself when I'm not here at work. And unfortunately, to the best of my knowledge, these apps are only available on iPad at this point in time, because Android's always... No, so the apps are just an addition to one for Turnitin and one for Blackboard. What? So you could use the same technology through a browser? You could just use the browser and not worry about the apps. Yes. Absolutely. That's... But you need to be connected to the internet. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, so the advantages of them in both cases are you can mark offline, you can do it pretty much anywhere, anytime. You can take your iPad out in the middle of the field under a lovely large tree in springtime and sit there and do your marking. You can mark while you're flying from Adelaide to Canberra or whatever. You made a good point then about, yes, you could just use your browser on your Android device or your iPad, and you could, you know, open My Uni in your browser and navigate and do your marking that way. The thing that I like about these apps is they're actually optimized for using the iPad screen. You find, and you've probably seen this already, if you open a browser, it's pretty squidgy. You've got to sort of, you know, navigate around and swipe back and forth and up and down and everywhere to get to see what you need to see. These ones have a sort of a bit of a cleaner, easier, simpler interface, I think. And they also have some nice features, and one of the ones that we found that apparently students are particularly fond of are voice comments, and they're very easy to do because you've got a microphone built into your iPad. The BB Grader app has also got video comments, so if you really want to, you can stand in front of your students and say, hey, look, it's me, hello, just like I'm doing now. However, there are limitations. You can't create assignments using either of these apps. So you're still going to have to go into My Uni, set up your assignment there, add things that you need like rubrics. If you're using Turnitin assignments, you also need to create any quick mark comment sets or new quick mark comments that you want using the Turnitin app via My Uni. There are also some features that aren't available on the iPad, so it's a little bit sort of swings and roundabouts. You get some nice new features, but there are some other ones also that aren't available. Okay, so I'm going to show you the Turner In app first. And the thing that you need to know with the Turner In app is that you can't, if you look at the screen there, it looks like, oh yeah, I'd put in my university username and password. You can't. You've actually got to access the Turner In app via an access code. And in order to get the access code, you've got to go to My Uni online first.
So essentially you need to be in front of a computer screen and put in the access code.
Looked me out of my course. Okay, so here I am. I've just opened up a student submission in Turnitin, and right down in the bottom left corner there's a little button there that looks a little bit like an iPad, sort of, kind of, if you squint. And when you tap on that, it will ask you if you want to generate a Turnitin access code. So you've got this code here, which is 16, not digits, letters. And this is the bit that I find slightly annoying. You can't copy it from here and paste it into the app. So you've got to write it down.
Well, this is why it's actually you sit in front of your computer screen, you type it in, because you only do need to do this once.
But every assignment you have to do it?
No, for every
No.
course.
Correct.
Sorry,
Yep.
okay.
No, that's fine. Feel free to interject. Okay, so I need to, as I said, go and get the course from within Turner In via My Uni. Once I've got that class code, here's one I prepared earlier. Come on. So I'm just going to copy that. And go back to Turner In. And I'm going to paste that access code in the access code box. And then just tap on Add. Now, the first time that you use this app, it will ask you to set up a passcode. So that's your choice, any 4 digits that you want to put in there. And then
Security of the students' assignments, so that essentially if you left your iPad around and you didn't have some sort of security lock on it, it would at least have that lock on the app. So someone that found your assignment couldn't then look at students' assignments potentially.
okay, so once I've done that, I can see just up in the top left corner I've got accounts and it's now saying University of Adelaide. When I tap on University of Adelaide, it will give me a list of my courses. In this case I've only got one. And when I tap on that course, it will give me the names of any assignments that I've created in Turnitin. So in this case I've got a biology essay. I can see that I've graded 7 submissions for that. 9 people out of 12 have submitted. So when I tap on that one, I can see a little bit more information here. So now I can see the students that have been graded, and I can see also just the first column there shows me what their current mark is. And I can also see that I've got 2 submissions up the top which are waiting to be graded. So all I need to do to start grading is just to tap on the names of one of those. The syncing submissions just is something that happens usually automatically, and I'm hoping that my the Wi-Fi hasn't dropped out here. No, it's fairly good. Okay, so the syncing submissions bit is basically sending information between turn it in on your iPad back to the grade centre in my uni. It usually happens automatically, and in fact I'm quite surprised that it's just popped up and said that.
Usually the first time you have to do this.
Yes. So I'm just going to say not now, and once again tap to go into that assignment.
We would if we were actually doing that. So it
Yeah,
would have to
I
make sure if
would
it didn't
if
work, like you know that something happened to your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and also if you're going offline, it's a good thing to do because then you've got the latest, everything's the latest, especially if multiple people are running.
Yeah, the sync is going two ways. So it's pushing information out to Grade Centre, but it's also pulling information into Grade Centre. So in the time that I've been speaking to you, if another student had submitted an assignment, for example, then I'd just want to sync the information with the Grade Centre so that I'd see that that new submission was sitting there. No.
You have to have internet access.
Yes. So
Yeah.
just before you go and know you're going to go offline, if you know you're going to go offline, if I'm going off campus, I'm going home, I'm on the bus, you could sync it, and then basically then you've got all the assignments there, they're perfectly received. You mark, you get home, you turn the internet on, you go sync it, and then all those marks will fly up.
Yep.
Magic.
Okay. The other thing I can see looking at those two submissions that I haven't graded yet is that I've already got originality reports for them, and they're both coming up as 100%, which is pretty bad, but that's okay. They're 100% because I use the same documents over and over and over and over again when I'm training.
So kind of like say,
Yeah, so in the one that I have here, and that's the reason why I uploaded these random documents so that can make a difference. So as you can see, the 167% is the 5-0.
It does not affect the plagiarism issue because I also did a lot of marking. Because sometimes it gets replicated automatically, and then for one student it will be 2%, the next person will be 3%, if it just adds up.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So actually they did not commit plagiarism.
what about if you're actually marking this which has group elements in it? Because the kind of like work out originality, like it's student one hands in a unit plan, but they're working in a group, plus the individual bit, and student two hands in the same unit plan. Will that come up as
It depends on how you set up your initial. So this part really is about the marking part, but when you set up your turn-in assignment, you can set it up how you want it to. So you can even set up saying, I don't want these documents to be going into the plagiarism checking sub things, right? But I do want them to check against what is already there, right? So then if they upload it, theirs is not going to use, and the others are not going to be used against each other, but it is going to be used against the world, sort of thing. So it's all about your settings, and you can do a whole variety of settings. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to mark this first submission. So it comes up with the submission just sitting on the page there. I can do a few things to annotate. So if I want to add a comment, all I need to do is tap at the point that I want that comment to appear. And then I can either use one of my quick mark sets to add the comment, or I can simply create a new comment. Sorry, this app has just updated. Okay, yeah, the second option there, where it just has the little bubble, will allow me to type a comment on the fly. And then just tap anywhere on the screen, and that's going to save that comment. If I want to add a comment to a selection of text, I just need to tap and hold to make that selection. When I do that, then I've got three options there. I can use that S to add a strike through. I can also use that bubble comment, and you'll notice that when I've got a section of text selected, then I actually get the option to put a highlight on that as well as saying a comment. Just like that.
So how do you get those little highlighting buttons again?
When you press and hold on the screen on the iPad, then by default it's going to just select a line of text, and you need to use these little circles on the end.
But then they get the actual colour, the highlight.
Okay, so use that second option there, and then see how you've got those 5 circles down the bottom? the 5 circles come up automatically, and then you just choose the colour that you want.
Come up because you already highlighted a section of the text area.
Yes. Yeah. So if you just tap to add a comment to a word, you won't get that option to put in the highlight. Yeah. Okay. So the other thing that we can look at from here is our originality report. And all I need to do is just tap on that little icon that looks like a graph up in the corner. There's my originality report. And in this case, probably you're not getting as much information from it as you would get possibly if you were doing it via My Uni. Oh, there we go. So now it's saying my text is 100% unoriginal, which I kind of knew already, so that's okay.
It actually underlines how much of which part of the text.
Yep, all of that stuff that's coming up in red, it's saying, yes, I've seen this before. Okay.
It was from different things, and this one is from one because it was the same assignment that she submitted several times. You would see different colours and different little numbers appear, and you click on the little number and you can see where it's been plagiarised from. The internet, journal articles, and possibly other student papers. Now, it will not give you the details of who the student was. It will give you the university or place that they were at. You do have the opportunity to contact a person if you're really interested and seeing if they are willing to reveal.
So it doesn't show you the students, say within your own class.
You
quite often get
It will,
stuff.
within your own class, no problem.
Oh, okay.
You will be able to see. It's just when it says student paper from the University of California, it's not going to reveal that because it's obviously confidential.
But it will, as Bridget said, give you the opportunity to contact the instructor in the course and ask them if they're willing to share the information with you. Okay, so just up in the corner you can see a little icon that looks like a pencil. You can tap on that one to start marking. Have I got a rubric? Yes, I have. Okay, so I can mark using my rubric. And if I'm marking using the rubric, then I've got the option of just tapping to apply that percentage to the grade. And so automatically you can see up in the left corner now that that's generated a grade. I can overwrite that if I want to, just by going Edit Grade. And then I can change that, for example, a little bit higher if I think that it's merited. Now the other thing that I've got here is that I've got my voice comments and my general comments. So general comments, I can just tap to add those. Voice comments, all I need to do is tap there to start recording. That was amazing. That was amazing. See, it's that simple. Okay, when I go back to the assignment homepage, I can see now that that has been marked. So it's popping up there with a new mark in the graded area. If I need to, I can then synchronize, and so that information, as I said, is now being sent back to the grade center in my uni, and next time I open grade center, I should see the information from these assignments.
Doesn't see it until the due date, or if you've released it, they're able to see it at that point.
Yeah, that depends again on your Turnitin settings and whether you've said that students can see assignments immediately when they've been graded, or whether you've set that date so that they all see their assignments at the same time.
In actual fact, if you're connected to Wi-Fi, I'm just giving them a little manual.
Yep.
If you're connected to Wi-Fi, I find you don't even need to do the sync. It does it automatically.
Yeah.
So it's really more important when you know you're going to go offline.
Yep. Okay, so that's a little look at the Turnitin app. Now I'm going to show you the BB Grader app, which, as I said, is still slightly experimental, so bear with me if I make a few flubs with this one.
And I want to interject with this one because I know nothing about it.
Okay, so both of these apps, you just need to go to the App Store on your iPad and just download them. So it's really that simple. Just tap to go to the App Store and then type BB Grader or type Turnitin, and you should be able to find those. They're both free downloads. You don't have to pay to download either of these apps. Okay, so BB Grader. It seems to have a preferred upright orientation, so which is that going to change? Oh, is that going to go sideways? I'm very sorry about this. You're going to have to just look sideways a little bit.
Okay. Now, I've got a question while we're hopefully flip this.
It doesn't seem to want to flip. It's fairly resolutely portrait, unfortunately.
So if we want to use this even before it's been tested, we can't because our institution won't be in there?
Yes, it is. It is. In fact, I shall show you. So the nice thing about this app is it's much easier to set up. You don't have to go finding course codes or anything like that. All you need to do is find your institution, and you should see automatically that it comes up with the University of Adelaide as one of the options. And then your username and password are your regular username and password that you use for everything. Yep. Oops. That is so not going to work. Okay, and so once you've done that, you just log in. It gives you a list of any MyUni assignments that you've created. Now, one of the technical hiccups that we've found so far is that it won't work with an assignment that has delegated marking. So if you're using delegated marking in MyUni, your assignment won't actually appear in the assignment list.
If you wanted to delegate your marking to certain people.
Like a shared marking.
Yeah.
That's not a feature that many people are using yet because it's only new this year.
Okay, so all I need to do is tap on an assignment, and that's going to show me my assignment list. And I can see who's submitted and who's been marked already, and the 4 assignments at the top that are waiting to be marked. So all I need to do is just tap on the line for one of those submissions. And this is going to display the document. Now, the other thing about this is that when you are doing this via MyUni, you actually get, in this particular instance, with a MyUni assignment, you get more options for annotating text. With this one, pretty much all you can do by tapping on that annotation button is just tap and add a comment to a point in the text. You can't do what you can do on the MyUni app, which is to do free text, and you can't, at least so far, you don't seem to be able to add an area comment. Yeah, so that's what I mean when I say that's a little bit limiting.
Well, on the one online, you can do that. If you were looking at not this app, you can actually do that in text.
Yeah, so your options for doing this via MyUni are much more flexible when it comes to those in-text annotations. In fact, you can even do free text annotations and draw things on the page in MyUni. Okay, so once you finish annotating your text, then at the top you've got an option there to grade, so just tap on grading. If you have a rubric, you can grade using a rubric. Otherwise, you can simply tap to add your grade there. You can add grading notes, which go to other instructors in the course. You can add feedback, which goes to the person who submitted the assignment. And just down the bottom, you can see that you've got two options there for adding audio and adding video. And that's one of the nice things about the iPad, is that it's got the camera and the microphone built in. You don't have to worry about plugging anything in to your desktop machine or making sure that your laptop's got the right equipment. It's just all there ready for you.
Can you press video if we want to see that?
Okay, I haven't actually tried this yet, so this will be the first time for all of us. Okay.
Oh, choose from library. So you have that video. Yeah. To all the students, the same message.
Well, you might want to do as a kind of overall mark, kind of say, look, to all of you, these are the things I found were really well done.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be, as you say, a good way to do it. So just attach that to all of the. Okay. So we're just saying okay. This is good. I'm just trying to angle it so I don't get all of my chins. That was a really good effort.
You know, your thing is in the way, is it? Is that what it is, or what? Fingers in the way?
Oh crap! Was it?
It's backward camera.
The camera needs to be swiveled.
Forward camera.
All right. This is something I'm going to take away and play with. So let's just.
Or you could just lift it flat before you do that, so that you get us instead of you.
Anyway, I mean, it looks relatively straightforward as long as you've got your camera the right way around. Okay, so that's. Oh, did I give someone 67 out of 50? That was good. Well, apparently you can give people higher marks than the assignment. Right, so just going back to the assignment list. Okay, and this one you do have to save, and the other thing that you need to do is just make sure that you either save it or use that option to send the grade. So you just see up in the corner. Is that the right way round? That's the right way round now. Yeah. So you can see just up in the right corner there's an option that says send graded. So that's a little bit like your sync circle that you saw in the Turnitin iPad app. Okay, now this has another feature which is that you might find quite useful, because it's got some of the elements of the My Uni Retention Centre included. So if you just swipe left on a student's name, you'll see that you get this risk profile coming up. And if you tap on that one, then that's just giving you some of that information that you see in the retention centre. So you can, for example, tap to see more information about their grade alerts. You can tap to see the activity alert. You've got the option there of adding a note to the activity alert, or also of notifying the student if you want to send them an email.
So that's sent to the My Uni info of that.
So, have you used the retention centre before?
No, I'm
No.
new here.
Yeah, so in My Uni, that is just automatically set up, but
Yep.
you can change the rules and everything, and I think
so
it was
just
just
reflect
closed.
that information.
Yeah.
It does. Okay, so it's sent to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so as with the assignments, you can't set up information in the app, but if you've got your retention centre and you've got your certain rules set up already in My Uni, then you can access that information here.
Well, can you see information about students like other courses and so like they've got this study grade different things that they might do kind of like, so that's somebody else will see.
Unless you are also an instructor in that course, you won't be able to see that information.
Yeah, this one, because it's set up using your U of A credentials, it's going to show you any courses that you are an instructor in. But
You can't kind of like look at students' wider profiles.
no,
In terms of their grades.
no. Okay, so that's pretty much it for what I wanted to show you today. Has anyone got any questions? Oh, excellent. Well, thanks for listening, and I hope that, as I said, if you want to go away and have a play with either of these apps, then feel free, and good luck.